particularly all the guests who've come here today. Toastmasters, as you probably know, is a forum where you can learn and hone your speaking and leadership skills. And this particular chapter, the Bangalore Toastmasters Club, is the oldest, second oldest Toastmasters Club in India. We're about 20 years old. And we are the largest Toastmasters Club in the country. If you would like to know how to join our club, or if you want to know about our activities, we've got a fantastic Speechcraft program where we give you personalized attention for your growth as a speaker. If you're interested to know about any of these programs, do get in touch with our Vice President Membership, Toastmaster Melvin Smith. We will brief you during our break at about 7:30. Before I move on, guests, we'd like to hear from you. Would you like to introduce yourself? Just your name and what you do. Your dreams can come true when you activate them. Dreams have resulted in great discoveries. They have resulted in amazing work of art, advancement of science, and even communication. Have you heard of MAH01448? Has anyone heard of MAH01448? No? Well, I thought I would make a departure from the usual Winston Churchill and Mother Teresa kind of speech. So I thought I'd talk about MAH01448. Not easy to get him on Google. He was the man who invented the sewing machine. And one night, in fact, Elias was working on this idea of the first sewing machine in the world. And he was struggling to find where exactly the eye of the needle should come. And he was working on it on days, months, spending a lot of energy, money, and time. One night when he was sleeping, he got this dream. And the dream was that he was being led for an execution because he failed to come up with a sewing machine for a king from a strange land. And he was surrounded by soldiers everywhere with spears. And these soldiers, the spears were kind of made a mark on the forehead. Instantly, Elias saw something in that, a clue. He got up, he rushed to his workshop, he got an idea as to exactly where the eye of the needle should come. And by 9 that morning, the design for the first sewing machine was achieved. You've got to activate your dreams. Each one of us, we get, I don't know how many dreams a night, and how many do we recall, and how many do we actually go ahead and pursue. In fact, when you talk about dreams and communication, you can't help but talk about the greatest speech about dream that was ever given. Anyone? Martin Luther, Steve Jobs too, but Martin Luther, I have a dream, right? August 27th, 1963. Martin Luther and all his aides were huddled together. They were working on a speech because next day, Martin Luther was supposed to give perhaps the greatest speech of his life. He was supposed to speak out against racism. And the aides were working on a speech. Until late night, they couldn't get the right speech. And finally, Martin Luther said, okay, you guys do what you want, I'm retiring. And the next day morning, 28th of August, 1963, Martin Luther gets up onto the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington. And in front of him is a sea of humanity. 250,000 people out there. And millions others watching him on television. In fact, he was the man of the moment that day. Even President Kennedy was tuned in to television, watching Martin Luther. And the aides had prepared the speech and they kept in front on the lectern. And Martin started speaking. I think I've said this story before, but I think there's always someone who hasn't heard this story. Martin started speaking. 5 minutes passed by, and the speech is not really making a connect. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and the crowd is getting restless. He is not really resonating with the audience. And at that moment, one of his friends, another aide, her name is Mahalia Jackson. Was a gospel singer. She comes up to Martin and she says, Martin, speak about your dream. And Martin Luther King pauses for a moment, puts his speech aside, steps back, and he starts off. I have a dream when the children of the white people and the children of the black people could sit together on the table of brotherhood, and so on. And the rest is history. Perhaps the greatest speech of the 20th century. You've got to activate your speech. Obviously, you've come here because you want to be a better speaker, a better leader. And you have already activated that dream of yours by coming to Toastmasters. You cannot find a better forum to practice these two arts. But how you raise your game to the next level depends on you. Because when you try to activate your dream, you'll have lots of questions that only you can answer, no one else. You know, once there were these two men, and they were talking to each other. And the first man told the second man, let's get into a bet. And he said, the bet is this. I will ask myself a question, and I will answer it. And when I answer it, you've got to give me a bottle of Coke. And the second man said, that's a strange bet. You're going to ask yourself a question, you're going to answer it, I'm going to give you a bottle of Coke. Anyway, since you proposed, why don't you start? And the first man asked a question. He said, why do rabbits, when they burrow a hole, why is it that they don't throw mud out of the ground? And his answer, he answered himself. And the answer is, he said, it's because they dig from inside the earth. So the second man said, really? How's that possible? And the first man said, I don't know. That's for you to answer. You'll have lots of questions when you pursue your dream. But it's for you to answer. It's for you to take it forward and to make it a reality. This evening, we got someone with us who relentlessly pursues his dreams, his passion. He is a former vice president education of our club. He is an NLP trainer. I won't try to expand NLP because I'm too dumb to do that. He pursues his ideas, his dreams. Recently he started a company, had a lovely name. Unfortunately it didn't work out. Flying Barber. But he didn't stop at that. It didn't unfaze him. Because he's working on his next big dream. Ladies and gentlemen, we're so privileged to have this old member back with us. I want you to put your hands together and welcome the MC of this evening, the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Vinay Chavan. All these months, and when I see him on stage, I'm reminded of the song Smooth Operator. Let's hear it for Vinay Chavan. Wonderful evening. Terrific speeches, awesome evaluation. I think that's the best grammarian I've ever seen in my life. Let's hear it for all of them. It's such a wonderful way to start a weekend, and lovely to see smiles all around. If there is an award for the biggest smile this evening, it'll go to the secretary of the club, Toastmaster Sujay. And do you know when he flashed it? When the topic, beauty with brains, was announced. Alright, let's give away the awards for this evening. I once dreamt that I was in the Bahamas. And I got up gutted. But sometimes the jokes don't work. Alright, so on that note, I hope you had a great evening, and I'll see you again next Friday. Thank you.